Welcome everybody. Humble George here. Well, I haven't gotten a video up in a while, and it's not inspiring with the news and stuff that's going on around us at the moment and ramping up as every second goes forward in time. But I do have something interesting for you. Now, years ago, I used to play Project Gotham Racing on the little Wii Xbox when it first came out. In other words, the very first generation Xbox. And we could play online, and I played with guys all over the world, and we had a wonderful time because we could play against the AI, and it was great. Now, Assetto Corsa, up until I really asked Jody if he would do something about this, and he said, I have never, ever, Humble, seen anybody be able to race against the AI on a server before. It's always either just people or generated bots that just scoot along, but they're not real cars. All right. Well, I kept pestering him over the last year or so, and finally he really sat down and spent 2 days with a server, almost line by line doing this. But what we did end up with yesterday is a race around, well, it's not really a race, but it's a ramble around Nordschleife with the wonderful winner and with all the bells and whistles with just this particular kind of car, this Happy Wing VW. And reason why, because it handles excellent and it goes very, very fast. Now, you can't really have an honest-to-God race because all the competitor cars don't start off at the very same time. They are generated within 1,000 meters of you ahead or behind, and there's as many you can have as there is pit places. But they are real cars, and they will collide with you. And here's the thing: Jody's able to set the speed of the cars that are competitor cars on his server. So at first we had it so they were reasonable, and we figured if we set them to 150 miles an hour, then maybe they won't even make the corners. But the truth of the matter was, we found out they slowed down and they behaved themselves, and they could easily do that. Well, then to make it more competitive, I had Jody just kept increasing the speed of the competitor cars to where, obviously, I mean, you could only go around Nordschleife so fast and hang on to all the corners, and especially in the snow. So we got it to where it was just at very cutting edge of being able to hang on to the track at all, personally, and still get ahead of the competitor cars from time to time and not have them whoop you, But the main thing was we could race together, Jody and I, against the AI cars. And that's the first time we've been able to do that in Assetto Corsa. And that's what this is all about, showing you guys the early footage of actually getting to do this. Now, you won't be able to hear Jody and I speaking to one another because we're using the cell phones, obviously. But it will give you an idea of what is in the works if we can get it to do this. Now, there's certain bugs and problems that we're running into right now. But if they can be overcome, maybe there'll be some way of doing a video, and I should probably have Jody do it because he's the only one who could explain what he's doing with the server and how to get this to work. So let's go take a look at that replay, I should say, and come on, let's check it out. See what you think of it, and let me know in the comments. Oops. There we go, guys. We'll get the show on the road right here. Now, as I say, the AI cars are going to be going like a bastard and never knowing when they're going to come and when they're not. But this is what it was like. There's Jody in the red one. And beautiful clouds, as you can see. Wintertime. It could be a pretty time, too, wintertime kind of. That little Happy Wing is a great car, though. That's Jody driving ahead of me. I love the flames coming out of those 8 pipes. It takes a little while to get the hang of driving again. You see, we're scooting along at a pretty good clip. It's better to stay on the road, obviously. And of course, that will put a damper to the whole system. Now you'll also notice that the other Happy Wings seem to be dug down into the road, oddly, and we don't know why that happens. In fact, from track to track, it changes. This is Wonderful Winter, and I think it can be found on the race department site. And the skybox is pure, but the controller is Sol 2.2. Now this is before we adjusted them to go full speed. This is the first time we tested this that it actually worked, when we were able to race together. It's a shame we got to use cell phones to talk to each other, but what the hell, in 2001 they had it down better than they got it now in 2023. Hard to believe how much you could do with that little Xbox. But the graphics and the playability and the physics and all are so much better with Assetto Corsa. This is what Gotham Racing wished it was. Okay, let me stop this right about here. Bink. Oops, I didn't mean to go apeshit. And see if I can find the other one. Now just bear with me. I see it's gone bananas. This looks like the other one. 22, yeah, okay. Let's put this one on. This is where we got them going full speed, and it's a full day and night cycle. We were wondering why we couldn't get the clouds to move, so Jody increased the time of day where it goes faster to make the clouds move. Isn't that a pisser? Now with the old Sol and what have you, the clouds were moved by the wind. This, well, welcome to reality. Progress is what it is. All right, progress is what it is. Now, all right. So you'll see the red car here. Well, I'm driving the red car this time, and Jody's driving the white car. So let's see what happens here. All right, this might show you. I can cut that horse shit out of there. All right, I'm starting out on the track, obviously, and so little do I know, boom, I get torqued right in the keister because they are set to a much faster pace. And they wiped out Jody too. Now hanging on to the track's going to be a job. And of course, the more you try, the worse it gets. goes Jody. Trying to hang on to it the best we can. It's kind of a nightmare, but I wanted to at least share it with you. It is now possible you could race the AI. Well, you not really race because there's no times for them. But you can go like the son of a bitch. I'll show you. See, we're not farting around at all. Now, Squonky did a beautiful job of the physics and everything with his car. It's just an outstanding handling car. Obviously, it has its limitations like everything does. It's important to drive it properly. Someday I may catch on to that. Doesn't look too good right now. So this is just something to show you guys, not to make it real long or laborious, but to let you know that we are working on trying to get something for Assetto Corsa that there has, to my knowledge, never been before. The ability to race against cars competitively online. I mean, obviously, you know, you can go to Assetto Express and race with real people all the time, but there's no replays. And you can generate AI flood or what have you, but you can't race together on it. It's like if we did the tourist thing. There you can race against the cars of your choosing, but you can't do it online where two of you are a team racing against the AI. And in all actuality, this still isn't that way because they go at the speed they go, and we'll at least take it as far as the straightaway so you can see what kind of speed you can get up to. Couldn't have picked a nicer track, one that everybody loves. This wonderful winter really does a nice job on it as well. Now you might wonder, is it slipperier with the snow? Well, we got it set to 100% grip, so no, it's not. But as you can see, it's probably a good thing it isn't. Or we'd spend all the time in the ditch. As I say, guys, I'm so sorry. It's been such a long time getting the video up. If it isn't on the inside, it's never coming out to the outside. That's all I can tell you. This has been a strange year, as you all know, and I don't know, artistic people, musicians, what have you, I don't know if it's all people or just them, but they seem to be sensitive enough that they can almost sense or feel things coming. And if it's screwy like what we're seeing right now, extremely difficult, if not impossible, to do anything artistic. It just robs you of that. I'm sure I must have the Happy Wing somewhere as a download. I want to make a couple more skins for it, so I may put it up again. Oh, golly. Using the clutch would always be a help. I haven't heard anything from Michael, the single racer, so if you're out there, Michael, watching this, let me know you're out there, man. I miss you and Alex. I don't know what the hell's going on. We used to have quite a good little bunch of folks. Now, as I say, they don't take into consideration that you're there. They want to do what they want to do, and that's what they're going to do. So that's kind of a pisser about it. But see, they do slow down for the corners. Of course, have an adjustable turbo. I jacked it up to 70% on the straight, so you'll get a chance to see how this car really performs. Picking the right time to pass them is a big challenge. All right, here we go. Fifth. Still had to hang on to this part. Best I could, at least. It's hard to know which camera to get. Oh my God. Well, that's going to do it for today, guys. Just a little something to get up there to show you. And I hope you'll enjoy the video. And as always, I wish you the very best in these oddball, troublous times. So God bless you. Have a good weekend. And I will be turning 68 this weekend. So if you want to wish me a happy birthday, just put it in the comments. All right? Bye-bye now.